Greetings, badasses. How is it going? This is the fucking yoga channel, yoga for the rest of us. The rest of us being those people in the world who are not lithe and thin. I mean, if you're lithe and thin and young, you can do this. That's not exclusionary. There's just a brand of yoga out there. There's several brands of yoga, multitudinal brands of yoga out there that are a challenge, right? They are not accessible or inviting to those of us of a certain body type, of a certain year, of a certain injury on an injury path. Let's see, where am I going? Oh, I need to go do another. I will be making some more playlists because this is chair yoga, Mona Grown yoga. This is about let's see, what are we doing? This is about whether or not, if you don't have to get down on the floor to do yoga. That's where I'm at. Sorry. I was thinking about my coffee. What you do need is something stable to sit on. I like a straight back kitchen chair. And the reason I like a straight backed kitchen chair is because they often have these rails on the bottom, right? And those rails can be very handy when we're doing stuff. I'm going to show you several things today that will use the rails, but you can also just do them on the floor. I highly recommend some sort of bolster or a blanket. You could roll up a blanket and put it up there. I do that on road trips in the car, to sit a little straighter so that sitting in the car is not a pain in the patootie. And a strap or some sort of prop would be great. And if you're not sitting if you cannot sit in this chair with your feet on the floor, I want you to put something down that will so that you can be stable. And you can use blocks if you need to, or stool. That's great. We're going to start in comfortable seated position here, which is just, back. I got my tailbone right up against this bolster. The bolster's up my spine. I'm drinking my coffee. Let me just get a little sip of coffee. Oh, yeah. Pulling our attention and awareness from the external to the internal. Taking a scan of the body, checking in. State and quality of the physical form. How are you feeling today? What have you been doing? I've been painting the house. Let's paint the house, I said. I mean, save us. I can do it. Save us some money. How hard can it be? Yeah. It's fine. So I'm tired. I'm beat from going up and down yesterday, and my arm is a little wonky, my shoulder girdle, from reaching with the paintbrush. What are you dealing with? And we're not going to judge it. We're not going to hold on to it. I just want you to be in touch with your body, right? Let's pull that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking. Let's bounce around your brain. Whatever it is, let's slide all of that stuff off to the side, right? This is the time we are devoting to ourselves. This is true self-care, right? We're carving out time to support our physical vessel so that it can move as effectively as possible for as long as we are traveling on this wildly spinning rock that hurls around the sun. And then finally, let's move that silence into the awareness of our breath. Soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. You can hear me dusty yesterday, so I'm going to be struggling with that a little bit. But that's all right. Just notice how you're breathing. How do your lungs feel? How do the muscles that move your body feel? And then let's invite that breath to get a little bit longer and a little bit deeper. This does not have to be a big, powerful breath. I want you to work a rhythm where you're balancing the length of inhale to the length of exhale. And that's what you're going to try and maintain throughout this work today. Wherever you are at, exhale all the air out of the lungs. I'm reaching my arms down towards the floor. And I'm going to inhale and take my arms up. Now notice I'm not coming all the way up here. I'm not squeezing my biceps up against my ears. I want my shoulders to stay shrugged down. And I'd like you to try and squeeze them a little bit. Hug that blanket or bolster with your shoulder blades. Just give it a little, and then you have this nice, wonderful wine goblet shape. It's my favorite shape. And I'm going to take a lateral extension. So I'm going to go over with my left arm, and you can hold on to the seat. You can travel down the rung or the leg of the chair, or you could come down to that rung. And I'm just taking a nice, lovely stretch. This is about reaching that top rib toward the ceiling rather than collapsing toward the floor. So I want you to lengthen the side of the body before you take that tilt. It might limit how far you can go over, right? So we don't want to collapse toward the floor. We want to reach that body toward the ceiling. When we move and breathe, even just like this, we are lubricating our joints. We're oxygenating our body, our bloodstream. And we're obviously stretching. Take those arms forward and tuck into a forward fold. So I'm peeling off the bolster. And now you know why I feel crooked on this chair is because I'm crooked on the mat. Sorry, my OCD is kicking in. And notice how wide my feet are, right? That's a fist width between my thighs. And we're going to do that again 2 more times. I'm rolling. I'm keeping my shoulders relaxed, right? Tucking down, following my legs. Oh, look at that magic. And come on down. And we're just going to hang out here. So maybe you would be more comfortable with your elbows on your knees. Tuck the chin tightly against your chest. And we're going to hang just for a breath or two. When people ask me what I do in the morning, first thing, I do this. I sit on the edge of the bed and I hang out here for a minute. And then I roll on up, sweeping on up. Let's cactus squeeze back. So draw those elbows and the arms back toward the edges of the chair. I'm keeping my chin tucked. And now touch the fingertips and roll everything together. I'm sorry, that was terrible instruction. Tuck the chin, roll the shoulders forward. There we go. Reach those fingertips between the knees. Inhale, unwind. Squeeze back. My palms are open towards the ceiling. Still got my chin tucked. So that's important to note. as we continue this chair yoga journey, if you continue, is the cervical spine, which is your neck, is part of your spinal cord and spine, right? Oh, sorry, terrible. Bring it on down, tuck the chin. And the goal of any yoga and Pilates, big inhale up and let those arms sweep down, is to keep the spine long and protect it, right? And stretch and move the muscles around the spine. Cervical spine has a lot of movement. That's why it's very easy to injure. Looking up to the ceiling does not make your spine longer. It actually shortens your spine because you're collapsing and compressing your neck. So we don't want to do that. In fact, we're going to do some head work right now, in which we'll do some semicircles, and that means we don't do head circles, full head circle, because turning your nose up compresses your cervical spine, right? We want to keep the length of the gap between those vertebrae. Let's see, tuck in the chin. Sorry, I lost track of where I was going. I'm going to trace the curve of my collarbone and look deeply as far as I can over the left shoulder. And tucking and taking it over to the right. Now, I'm not worried about the breath or the breathing rhythm as we're working here, and I don't harp on it, but a good rule of thumb is to inhale on any extension and exhaling any compression. Let's release the chin down towards the chest and slowly stack cervical spine. Ooh, feeling that all the way down my spine. All those, it's called the erectus spinae. All the little tiny muscles and ligaments that hold your spinal cord together. That's where I'm feeling that. We're going to continue, but we're going to add an arm sweep. So the rule of thumb here is that we look away from our arm. So I'm inhaling my right arm up and I'm looking to the left. And then I'm going to come back to center and look to the right, lifting that left arm. Now, again, I want you to move within your scope of range of motion. If you go here and you're feeling a twinge in your shoulder, come down off that to relieve that twinge, and that's your extension. Over time, trust me, you will be able to get a little more movement out of that arm, but forcing it is not going to do that. Forcing it is going to lead the body in response to that glitch, to that pain, to tighten up and protect whatever you're doing, and it's going to create and lead to strain and stress in other parts of the body, right? So really tune in to the way your body's moving and how you're feeling that, what response you're having, right? And come on down. All right, we're going to take those semicircles. This time we're going to add a little oomph. So I'm taking my hands to the rungs of the chair, to the back. So the seat of the chair is here, and I'm just tucking my thumbs up against I don't know what these are called. I need to find out what the mechanics of the chair is called. It's going to drive me crazy. Bowing the chin forward. We're taking let's take some head tilts. Sorry. So I'm going to tilt an ear over to one side. And release. Try to keep those shoulders shrugged down. Ooh, I got a little hitch in my lookaloo. That's what I'm going to call it, the lookaloo. This is my giddy up. This is my lookaloo. Standing high on a ladder is not one of my most favorite activities. And using a paintbrush leads to, right there. and come down. All right. Slowly stack that cervical spine. I'm going to bring my hands around and move my body forward. I'm just going to tuck my fingers somewhere along this chair. So I want you to think about your chest and your shoulders and your biceps. Where do you feel that stretch, like right off the bat, right? Soften the elbows. So don't hyperextend. It could be right here underneath the lip of the chair. It could be around the back of the rungs of the chair. I think those are the rungs, right? We'll see. And like the rungs of a ladder. I'm distracted. Sorry. I want you to lean forward gently without hyperextending your elbows. Sorry, I was leading with my chin. Keep your chin tucked. And then inhale, draw those elbows out. Ooh, and away from the body. Ooh. Somebody else is feeling this, right? Lean forward. Keep that soft bend of the elbow. Tuck that chin down. Oh. Sit back up. Take those elbows out. Take those elbows out. Take those elbows out. Now remember, this might be a very small movement for you. Tuck that chin. But that's okay because we're just moving within our body's acceptable range of motion. And as we do that, right, you'll be able to get a little more out of the body. Let's let go of those rungs of the chair. Ooh, reaching to your extension. Take those fingertips down and we're forward folding. We're going to drop down. Oh, let the body hang. My belly is resting on my thighs. Coffee. Slowly rocking up. Rocking and rolling. Oh. All right, we're going to stand up. So I want you to really think about being stable here. If you have a walker or a cane or something to help stabilize you, sometimes we'll be using the dowel. So that might be a good use of anything that you have that you're going to use. I'm going to put my hands right on the edge of the chair, scooping my belly in. My feet are planted on the floor, right? I'm going to lean forward and press up. Trace my fingers up my legs. I'm coming around to the edge of the chair. And we're going to, oh, that's ridiculous. I am so sick of pets. I have had pet emergencies this week. I have to take puppies to the vet this week. I spend more time at the vet than I have at my house lately. All right. I have my right hand on the chair, right? Left foot is going to go forward, and I'm going to reach back with my right foot. Now I'm up on the ball of the foot. I have a nice wide stance. In fact, my feet are in alignment with the chair legs. You could also be holding on to something else on your left side. You could come down and put your hand on the chair if that works for you. We're just going to work a little calf stretch. So I've got squish in my back knee. And I'm going to press my heel down and then lengthen my foot up to the ceiling. Woo! I'm going to press my heel down, have new inserts in my work boots. Actually, they're hiking boots. I need to get a pair of work boots. And lengthening up. So always got a little squish in that leg. And I'm lengthening up. And I'm stretching through. I'm not in my toes. I'm just keeping my weight on the ball of my foot. You could have shoes on. You could, if that works for you. 0 drop shoes would be great. That's a deep heel cup. They let your feet rest completely on the mat or on the floor. Oh, and now we're holding here. Sorry, I didn't cue this. I'm holding with my heel toward the floor and we're breathing. I wear 0 drop shoes. Keens, some Keens are pretty good. I have Zeros, Xero. I have those. I have a pair of Bluntstones. Yeah, zero drop shoes. They're really good for your balance, right? They keep you in contact with the floor. They help your feet. Your feet are sensory organs. Ooh, I'm sorry. Tight, tight, tight. Walking up and down ladders. Unwind it. Bring the foot in. And I want you to balance your feet about, I'm a little wider away than this chair for a foot. Soft in the knees. I'm going to come down to my elbows. I'm keeping my hips forward, tucking the chin. And I want you to take a little hamstring stretch. So this is both legs. Keeping those hips stacked over the knees and ankles. Next time we'll work a little downward facing dog, and we'll work on the chair. All right, I'm coming up to my hands. I'm going to bend my knees, take my hands to my legs, and peel on up. I'm going to move around to the other side, and while I do that, I'm going to take my last sip of coffee. All right. Same thing, coming over here. Actually, I'm going to have to change my camera angle. Anyway, I am going to move my chair just a skosh so that I'm on the mat. You could be on your floor. It's up to you. This platform is not finished, so it's very slippery. All right. So I'm taking my left hand to the chair, right? Right foot's going to step close to the chair. I'm going to take my hands down. I'm on the ball of my left. My left foot is extended. And I'm going to come down here. And I'm going to roll my leg up, stretch through the foot. Woo! And then press my heel down. Now look, I've got squish in my knee. I'm going to have less squish in my knee on this side because this is the ankle I shattered. Is that one? Yes, that's the ankle I shattered. I slipped on the ice. My foot went sideways. My leg went the other sideways. And then it was all over. So that means I have less, I think I had like 95% of my range of motion on this foot. But 5%, man, on your body is a lot. All right, I'm going to press that heel down. I'm coming down to my elbows. And I'm holding here. Whew. All right, I'm going to come up to my hands. I'm going to step that left foot in. Move myself out a little bit now, right? So I'm looking, my nose is looking straight down at the chair, and I'm about a foot. I'm actually a little wider than a foot. Soft in the knees, coming down to my elbows. Hips, look, hips, knees, ankles. Little squish, and this is hamstring work. You know what? I forgot to do something on the other side. That's all right. All right, coming up to the hands, bend the knees. One hand to one leg, one hand to the other. And now come on up. I'm going to take a drink of water this time. All right, we're going to do one thing on both sides. So I'm going to go back to the first side because I forgot to do it on this side. Ooh, I'm getting chilly. I'm going to put on my shirt. Sorry. That time of year. Layers on, layers off. Whew. I had to get rid of a lot of my sweaters because the farm is not a place for sweaters. It's snags. All right. So my feet are in parallel, nice and wide, right? In alignment with my ischial spine, which is that blade of your pelvic cradle. Soft in the knees, one hand on the chair. Maybe you need two, right? Maybe you're holding on to something over here. I'm going to take my, left foot across the right and toward the chair. How we doing? Keep your hips up. I'm feeling this down my IT band. Actually, I'm feeling this in the other hip as well. If you want to increase the strength of this stretch, you can take a little bow. I'm still got squish in my knees. Come on up and step it out. Okay, I'm going to change direction. Left hand is on the rail. I'm about 1.5 feet away from the chair. My right foot's going to step forward toward that leg and across. Soften these knees. Ooh, I'm actually feeling that right here. That's how tight my right side is. Again, if you want to strengthen this stretch, you can take a little bend. Oh, I'm going to breathe. So you might be saying, hey, Julia, what the F? Sorry, I'm trying not to swear as much in this one. You're not supposed to be making those sounds. This is good pain. I don't know how to describe it. There's pain like ouchie wawa, and then there's pain like, oh, it hurts so good. Come on up. Bring that foot back, right? Get yourself centered. So we're going to come to the chair again. Sit our booty on the, I don't know what this is called. I'm going to find out the anatomy of a chair. Look at me. New shit that I'm learning. Any woodworkers out there? Tell me what the seat of a chair is called. Probably the seat. Now that I'm, saying it out loud. Duh. All right. I've got my tailbone slid up against that blanket or bolster, right? And my spine is right here. So we're going to do two things, and then we're going to take a little final relaxation, just getting ourselves down again. So I want you to take your right arm straight out. Drop that shoulder back toward the back of the chair. Okay? Do you feel that shoulder blade up against the bolster? 90-degree that angle. Oh, I'm already feeling this. Are you feeling this? Drop your shoulder down again, right? Squeeze that shoulder blade back towards the chair. Left arm is coming to the elbow or the wrist, depends on your mobility. And I'm going to just draw that elbow, son of a gun, across the body. Draw that shoulder blade back. This is a modification of thread the needle. I have been painting. Oh, so I am feeling this all over the place. Unwinding. Oh, and letting that elbow come down. Ooh, roll those shoulders back. Somebody else had to feel that, right? Left arm. Frankenstein it. It 'tis the season. Drop that shoulder blade back. Drop that shoulder down. 90-degree the hand. Okay. I'm going to take my right hand to the wrist or the elbow, and I'm going to keep that arm. Just aim that arm toward the wall. Drop that shoulder down. This is from climbing up and down a ladder. I tried to switch hands, and it doesn't work. I'll explain that in a minute. Wiggle those fingers. I have to wiggle those fingers. And unwind. Woo! Bring those arms back. Oh, it's turning into a yawn. And then let's go down to our forward fold. Ooh. unwinding. Woo! Roll those shoulders back. All right. Relax the body in the chair, pulling our attention and awareness into the state and quality of our forehead. I'd like you to smooth all those tiny little muscles out. Let the eyes relax. Unclench the teeth. Let the tongue drop away from the roof of the mouth. Give me a little shake of the head. No. Wiggle those arms. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists. And let the body relax toward the floor. Give me some tension. Squeeze the thighs. Relax them. Flex the feet. Wiggle the toes. Relax them. Pulling that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your thinking. And whatever's going on in that brain, just let it go quiet. We're going to slide it off to the side. Little broom, little imaginary broom, just clear that thought. Clear those thoughts out. Hold some silence, and let's just breathe for a minute. Wiggle those fingers. Release that silence. Blinking the eyes open. I'm taking a big reach out. I'm not even going to go up. I'm just going to take that big reach out. And let everything release. Taking a scan of the body, checking in, state and quality of the physical form. Notice how you are feeling after we did a little work here. Pulling that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your breathing. How's your breath feel? I don't focus too much on the breath. I'm not real good at it, and I'm not good at guiding it. Breathing can really frustrate you. So just kind of accept that frustration and try to move through it, right? Blinking my eyes open. I'm going to release practice. Hopefully your mind is clear and we can start sorting through our to-do list. We can start prioritizing anything we want to do or have to do. But do it with, be mindful about it. Do it with a sense of timing if you have it. It's hard. Sometimes I feel rushed. Sometimes I feel compelled, right, to get some other things done. And you don't always have to do that, right? So we're going to release practice and honor our body for doing what we asked it to do today and all the hard work it does to get us through from one end of the week to the other. Some days our energy level, our body, everything is way up here. And some days it's not. It's way down here. Maybe we're, distracted, or we've got a lot on our mind, or we've got nothing on our mind. As we move through our day, right, give yourself that grace and kindness. And just remember, we're all, it's one foot in front of the other, right? We're all there. So, and offer that grace and kindness to other people. We start with ourselves. We offer it to other people. That's all I've got. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga channel, Yoga for the Rest of Us, chair yoga. Woohoo! It's still yoga. We're still working through our mobility and our flexibility and our functionality. So that's what we are doing. That's all I've got. Ciao.